What's up, everyone? This is Brandon from Top10Gamer.com, and today I'm taking a look at a multi-shot Demon Hunter build that I've been using for speed runs in Torment 1. There's Cora Variat, that's a very efficient run. Right now you should be trying to pick up everything you can, get all the mats you can, and then sell them because you want gold. And why do you want gold? You want it for Reaper of Souls. The auction house is going to be closing down soon, so you need to take advantage of it as soon as possible. And if you see this video after that date, then hopefully this build will still work with whatever you're doing. It scales very well even on Torment 2-3. You just have to change a few of these skills around. So what is this build? It's a full broadside build. This is a physical damage build that uses Multishot to spam over and over and over. And I use Rain and Vengeance Shade, even though it's not the physical damage one. It does, I think it's the best skill for Rain of Vengeance that you can use, just because it just seems to work the best. I'm using Entangling Shot as my primary instead of Bola Shot Bitter Pill, just because I can get Hatred right away. Preparation Focus Mind, that gives me Discipline, 45 Discipline over 15 seconds, and I use that to vault constantly. And for my Animal Companion, as you can see, the active is instantly gain 50 Hatred. That active happens as soon as I summon, and then the passive for this is that he attacks for 60% physical, which is fine. It finishes off a few enemies and also acts as bait for them, but also gives you 1 hatred per second. So that's a pretty nice thing, and that scales well with other skills that I'm using. Sharpshooter, I use this because gain 4% critical hit chance. Because I'm one-shotting things, it can be a few seconds between times when I use multi-shot, and so that scales really well. If you're going to go with a higher difficulty level, you'd want to go with archery. Also, Coal of the Week can be used in this particular build alongside Shadow Power Nightbane. That can do very well if you want to up your damage by 20% that way. I did use this with ballistics initially, but it just didn't scale as well as this build. So Sharpshooter, tactical advantage to go fast. Going fast is just as important as killing enemies, especially when you are one-shotting a lot of enemies and covering a lot of ground. Blood Vengeance, when you're killing a lot, you get a lot of health globes. So that's the reason for that. My gear, you want boots, quiver, and helm. With increased multi-shot damage, you want crit hit chance and crit hit damage wherever you can. Don't get attack speed. That's just going to increase the rate that you can fire, which doesn't help when you're talking about a diminishing resource like hatred. So get crit hit chance and crit hit damage. You can see I don't even have attack speed on here, or even on my weapon. I got a weapon that has increased hatred regen. This Hollowed Judgment's one I crafted. I did have the Hollowed plan before it went crazy expensive, or I would have sold it. That scales with the hatred regeneration here, and I was able to find this Gnat's Embrace. Like I said, I found everything here except for this Ami, which I crafted before patch 2.0. You might also want to use something like this that gives you hatred regeneration on your cloak. I find that I'm okay between the Animal Companion and the quiver and the weapon. As you can see, it's just crit hit chance and damage everywhere else. And on my bracers, physical skills deal 15% more damage. So I've got 45 plus 45% for multi-shot, and then also the physical skills. So it scales really well, especially when you're killing whites and blues. Sometimes I skip over the yellows. Let's do a quick run so you can see how this works. Oh, just real quick on Paragon, on the Paragon, I like to have my, my max movement speed 25%. So since I only have 12% of my boots, I'm using them there. Then pure offense here in the dexterity. For me, crit hit damage is what's going to give me the most damage here for this particular scenario. Resist all gives me the most, what's really the most toughness right now. And area damage is a fantastic stat that actually hits quite a bit. So for me, this is most important out of all these stats. So let's run here. Now when you're doing storm halls, there's a checkpoint right over here where you can then take a few seconds off each run. So storm halls, not too dangerous of a place, but you do have the floaty guys and they can kill you every once in a while, but I hardly die on Torment 1 in particular. So what you're going to do here is basically Rain of Vengeance, kill these guys for the items, and as you get healed, you're going to get your hatred back. I'm going to open all the chests, get to all the weapon racks, because those weapon racks are going to have your white items, which are just worth between 40 and 60k now. At one point, white items were actually worth 200k, but you know, as some famous streamers started to spill the beans, we all kind of lost out on that. So anyway, now everyone seems to know the trick, but hey, you know what? It's still worth it. There's a legendary. Not my favorite. I'd prefer anything but a weapon legendary on this patch. Okay, so in the storm halls, if you can go straight, because there'll be a lot of times there'll be a resplendent chest, a cursed chest. The treasure goblins often spawn here. I might not have gotten that with this run, but a lot of times you will. As you can see, these blue enemies just spam your multi-shot, and they go down pretty fast. Everything seems to go down pretty fast, and you can fill up your inventory very quickly doing this. And that's what you want, because you want to get as much money before Reaper of Souls starts, and before you no longer have a chance to sell on the auction house. So don't bother killing some of the bigger guys that are going to take longer. That would probably include a guy like this, but sometimes he's got shields, so it'll take a little longer, but sometimes those guys just really aren't worth killing. So I'm going to skip over him. And get a chest down here. You can decide whether it's worth it going to all these little alcoves or not. I think some people probably think they aren't. You want to pick up gems too. Right now gems are worth a lot. That's mainly because people have decided that they can finally craft the gems that they wanted to craft. So anyway, we'll just finish off this guy since he's going to step into the Rain of Vengeance, and that's our basic run. As you can see, we picked up quite a lot from that quick run, and that's what you can expect from this run. That or better, because a lot of times, again, you'll get that goblin and a resplendent chest. Anyway, hopefully you guys like this build. Let me know if you don't. Leave me a comment in the section below, or if you do too. I'd love to know what you think I can do to change it, or if there is anything. And if you're excited for Reaper of Souls, again, you can follow me at facebook.com/top10gamer, or ask me a question there. Like and subscribe for more videos like this, guys. It really helps out the channel, helps us to grow and do more just like it, and we'll see you next time.